Welcome in, everybody. My name is Josh. This is Gaming Joy Channel, and we are this. Why does it keep doing that? Come on. Try again. Yes. Hello. Let's start over because nobody heard me. Hello and welcome to Movie Phone. No, I'm just kidding. Hello and welcome to the Gaming Joy Channel. My name is Josh. This is the Gaming Joy Channel, and we are on Judith Plains tonight. Yes, that's right, and hopefully Stream Deck is working, and it's working. Yes. Finally. So I really tried to fix this house, but this house I actually realized is broken because of giants. Giants broke it. Not me. Giants broke it. Not the game author, not the person who made this map. It was all Giants' fault. Anyways, we are in a little funk. We are in the next month. It's June. This rye field, which I wasn't expecting to be ready. Let's see if we can remember how this thing works. Nope, wrong one. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's so nice being able to use a steering wheel. It has been a while. Hello? Okay, something's broken. It's like, it's just drifting forward without my foot on the pedals. Come on, where's Moza? Here it is. Okay. The throttle. See, it has it pressed down. Default setting. See, it has the throttle at 80%, but the throttles are not pressed down. I guess I have to upgrade Moza. Anyways, while we're upgrading Moza, we can get out of the vehicles and get on with what we want to do today. So, we got a couple things to do today, and I'll do what I can do that's not driving while Moza upgrades. First of all, we need to sell our grain header. So, again, because Giants is stupid and dumb and have no idea how to do programming at all, the NEXAT pack, which is pretty cool, these headers only work with the NEXAT thing. It doesn't, we're use normal headers. Even though these are just 15.2 meter headers, and I currently own a 15.2 meter header, same size, it doesn't work. You have to buy the NEXAT ones, which is just stupid. So I'm gonna have to sell this one because I have to use the NEXAT one because the NEXAT one's the only one that can be used. That's just dumb. Whatever. All right, so we're gonna buy some NEXAT stuff. I'm keeping my hands off the Moza while it restarts. We're gonna get some NEXAT stuff because we're gonna try it out. Now I'm not gonna buy it because I don't know for sure that I'm gonna like it. Right? So we're gonna lease it. And it's my Let's Play, so I'll do what I want. There's no rules against leasing. We're gonna get that. And get this monstrosity and lease that. This holds 32,000 liters, which is actually a ridiculous amount for a tractor. And then we're gonna get this, which kind of, there's some stuff I don't like about this, but whatevs. We'll get this, lease it, yes. No rim colors, no configuration of any kind. That's just Bonta. But it is 1100 horsepower, so I guess there's that. And because Giants is dumb. Okay, let's just do this. Let's move this here. Why is it not spawning? Because it means they spawn the NEXAT at the vehicle shop. Is that close enough to the header? That's good. All right. Now we have to go to the map and respawn our NEXAT. Reset. Yes. Here. All right. So now we have a NEXAT to play with. Yeehaw! And the other thing we're going to do today is we're going to, we started mowing like our little pasture areas. I already mowed this stuff. We're going to mow the other side of the pasture over there today, which will be fun. And then we have a rye field to harvest. Now, I actually own... own a swather, but rye isn't a swathable crop because I didn't build it that way. So yeah, so let's go back to Moza, make sure Moza is actually doing something. New driver, yes. Note, your computer will restart during the driver update process. Okay, hold on, escape. Okay, well, we're going to have to escape out. If I want to use my wheel, I'm going to have to escape out and do the driver update process. Save. We will be right back. I'm going to put it under the pause menu. And quit. We're going to get the wheel running. I'm determined. The lights are flashy right now. I don't think it knows what's going on. So we'll see. Luckily, since I stream with two computers, I'm not going to lose the stream. I'm just losing my computer. I'm waiting patiently. How is everybody going? How is everything going? Personally, I'm doing a lot better. I'm not sick anymore. So now that I'm not sick, I'm trying to catch up with all the things I missed at work during the week or so that I was out. So that's a good thing. We'll go to this one. But, you know, overall, it doesn't actually run all four at 100%. It runs them at like not 100%. So, hide. Come on, computer, start up. This mic won't turn on for a minute. Which is great for the recipes, especially for stuff like the sawmill. And the other thing was for the greenhouses. So the greenhouses, if you're running all the recipes, they share resources, so they all kind of run slow. But I want them all run fast. And it turns out that Giants changed the default value of property that says share resources, share throughput. And now it doesn't share for throughput. So the default is to always share throughput. Now it used to be not to share throughput at all. Come on. Log me in. But you know, it is what it is. Giants is dumb. They like to make changes like that. Come on. Moza, wake up. My wheel is like, it's like flashy. I don't have a camera on it right now. It's like flashy. It can't decide what it wants to do. Like, turn on already, dude. Store. There we go. I'm back with the normal audio. So I'm still waiting for the computer to start up because it's being dumb. But yeah, so let's see if Pit House is working. Whatever. No, go away. Discord, go away. Razer, go away. No more early meetings. The last early meeting was last Friday. Luckily, finally, huh? I was so tired of those 6 a.m. meetings. It was just driving me crazy. Okay, here we go. This seems to be working. Now the pedals are all messed up. See that? So this is the min. Reset the min. This is max. That's not right. This is max. Max. Wait, what? What? Why are these like being super dumb? It's like the touchiest pedal in the world now. How do I set it to not be stupid? Start calibration. Fully press down on the throttle. There we go. Start calibration. Oops. There we go. Okay. Save. Player name. There's only me. Whatever. Okay. Yes. Okay, now we got wheels. We got wheels. Yeah, I was working pretty much 5 to 9. I was totally working 5 to 9. And now I'm working like 8 to 6. But I get a lot of time off in between. All my lights and numbers and letters, all the lights in the wheels, I had them all pretty. And now they're all foobar. But I'm not going to worry about that now. The lights, I don't need the lights. Let's just get to game. So we're going to harvest that rye field today. And we're going to harvest the rye field. And then we're going to mow some grass. And we'll see how it is with the tractor and the gas pedals. One problem I have is that this like the pad or the thing that holds the pedals, it's like it's not firmly on the floor. Like it doesn't stay flat. It kind of like does this. So it's kind of like it's like it needs to be mounted to something, but I don't have it mounted to anything. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. It's annoying me. Come on, game. Too many mods. I also had to fix the whiskey plant, which I think I fixed. But the whiskey plant, the whiskey plant, I had like messed with it a little bit, and I had a typo. And so one time when I loaded the game with the typo in there, it removed the whiskey plant, and then I didn't realize it was gone for good. So, yeah, that happened. All right, let's figure this out. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, this is an NEXAT. It's freaking huge. Let's get started. There's no turn back on the wheel. Wheel. Steering wheel settings. Steering wheel settings. Button numbers. Where's the freaking auto rotate back thing? Is it here? Why is this thing so small? That doesn't help me. I can't see it. Force feedback reversal. There we go. Why do you make me save this every time? Nope. Okay, this is dumb. Everything doesn't work. Alright, well, let's just see if we can get this thing to harvest, okay? Nope, that's the wrong button. What do you mean, O? Frickin'... Okay, I'm about to be very irritated. Seriously? Oh, there we go. I got something. Okay, we gotta move these. Because they're in my way. Okay. This thing's gigantic. Whoa. Why do the wheels move at different speeds? Like on either end? It like moves at different... I don't want to do that. Okay. I guess we're doing 3 headlands for fun. Direction of rows. 90. Maybe McGarrett. Okay. I'm going to do the first headline myself. If I can figure out how to get this thing to lower down and turn on. Okay. Okay. This is like the worst view ever. This is not much better. This is what in-cab looks like on the NEXAT. Now what happens when I spin it? It's not a very good spin. That looks super odd. But this is the first harvester where I've ever been able to drive where I could actually, on a 15-meter header, actually see the edge of the field and the edge of the row, right? So, like, logically, even though I did do this with courseplay, this is, like, good enough, I guess, to actually just drive, like as if I'm in cab, though I am in cab, turning right, like turning into the field, seems a little slow. But course correcting slightly is not too bad. I feel like my steering wheel has like a 2-foot dead zone now. That's annoying. Yeah, it has a 2-foot dead zone. Like, I could turn the wheel 90 degrees, and it's a 90-degree dead zone. Like, I have the wheel, like, turned like this. Hold on. Steering wheel settings. LEDs. I don't care about LEDs. Telemetry LEDs. Stick mode. Button brightness. Force P. It's not working at all. Why is nothing happening? Game spring, game and dampening, game friction. Dude, seriously? Where's the, like, the setting for, like, force feedback? It's not working at all. And where's the setting for how much my dead zone is? Like this? I turn the wheel like this, and it detects this at 89, right? But the game is like not detecting that movement at all. Oh, maybe it's this. Let's try that. Nope, still a stupid dead zone. Are you going to turn at all? Oh my gosh. That's even worse. You know, I really wanted to use the wheel, but I'm about to give up on it because this is just being game force feedback's intensity. What does work mode mean? Is there a dead zone setting in the game? I don't know. There shouldn't be. But this thing has like a 700 degree dead zone, 90 degree dead zone. Settings, controls, general settings, game settings, seasons, crops and growth, devices. Oh, here it is. Axis, R1. Accelerator, brake. No, I don't want a dead zone. Why would you set the dead zones at apply? There we go. A 14% dead zone? Whose idea was that? There we go. Much better. No dead zone for me. I don't need a dead zone. Look at this. Look at this. The info screen with the mirrors that don't work at all. Yeah, 14% dead zone is insane. This thing's pretty cool. We're hovering around 12 miles an hour for harvesting. Now, we can't change that at all. That setting is like permanently set. Because we could put the real speed limit mod on and go a little bit faster. But frankly, right now, I'm with the wheel and the funkiness with the wheel, I'm barely able to control it at all, it seems. We've got almost 34,000 liters in like one headland pass. We're at 26,000 liters, so we're not even going to make a full headland, which is an interesting fact. It definitely does not like turning. Like, it wants you to reverse turn every time. Like, it can turn about like 20-30 degrees on its own, but it's gonna want to do reversing for every turn, it looks like. And the interesting thing here is that, like, this view You almost have to be like on top of it to see where you're going. I kind of like the... Whoops. I kind of like the dual swath thing, the dual straw swath. That's kind of cool. Alright. Let's tab over to one of these vehicles. We're gonna sneak through right here. Some engine braking right there for sure. Oh wait. What? It's been so long since I used the wheel that I kind of don't remember what the buttons on my wheel. Well, and 22 was made by a third-party company. It wasn't made by Giants. This is the Giants version. And at least it has like this huge spout. But if it has this huge spout, why is it emptying so freaking slow? This is 34,000 liters. Like, what's with the pipe output? Oh, you know what? That's actually not that bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just seems slow because of the, It seems slow because it's like a 1,000,000-liter trailer. No, I want to get in the NEXAT. Okay, yeah, that's dumb. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing going again. And I think part of the reason why this thing drives and turns so funky is because of the way... Do you see when I turn the wheel like this? The left wheel is like super, super angled, and the right wheel is like barely turning at all. It creates this like weird... I don't know. Kind of like you're drifting through turns, kind of? Like, how am I supposed to make this turn? On a regular harvester, I'd be able to make that turn. But here, I have to do this. And then do this, kinda, sorta. And then the tree's in my way, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I will say it is the first harvester I've ever used that actually you want to be in cab. I'm not a big fan of in cab. Number one, the way the wheels work on this thing are just asinine. Having them turn at different speeds is just stupid. That doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, we definitely want to be in cab. Even backing up is not bad for in cab. It would be great if the mirrors worked, but, you know, can't have everything. What the fuck? Four-wheel independent drive. Oh yeah, okay. So each wheel is drives different, but the way they have the turning of the four wheels, it's like mind-numbingly wrong. Like I'm sure there's some stupid reason for it that Giants thinks is a good idea, but that looks horrible. By the way, look at this. Look at this. The screen for some reason is now rendering like a super low res version of the screen. Look at it. And then there's some like overlaid numbers. It's the stuff that like is being dynamically rendered. That looks crappy. Is why YouTube buffering? Looks good to me. I don't know. I think it's okay. I mean, we were running another harvester with a 15-meter header, so this isn't really gaining much, except for the fact that it has a 30,000 liter tank. So honestly, I think the 30,000 liter tank is worth it. I'm gonna do one more pass and empty it out one more time, and then probably let Courseplay take over. And see if Courseplay can handle driving this thing. I bet it can't. I mean, this really takes some finesse to drive properly. Nope. I bet it would be a lot easier to drive if those rear wheels were like pointing the right direction. You know what I mean? The animations for the header are nice. I actually like the animations in the header. Those are pretty good. 21,000 liters, 22, 21. Really bummed about the wheel. I had really good settings on this wheel. I had the wheel dialed in. It was working perfect, and now it's like back to square one, like as if it's a brand new wheel. The big thing I'm missing is the force feedback. Like this wheel specifically, the base, is supposed to have a good amount of force feedback, and it's turned on, but it's not working at all. Like I don't feel any movement at all. But it's just a completely free flowing wheel, which just feels strange to drive. Just like a car's wheel. Like if you had your car and you had like 100% power steering with no feedback to like the road, it just feels strange. And just like that, this feels super strange right now. All right, we're almost full. Just like a video game. Yeah, but I mean, you want feedback. Part of the reason I got this specific wheel is because this specific wheel has some of the best motor feedback in the world. Right? It's one of the best wheels for that. So see. I'd be really interested to see what the XML looks like this one. I would be interested to see what the XML looks like for this. Like how they're getting the wheels to drive like that. I bet it's pretty interesting. Well, interesting to me, but I'm a dork. Alright. Let's do this. See what happens. Now Courseplay is driving, so I'm not driving. I'm just gonna monitor it for a second. I want to see what happens on this corner. Like when Courseplay decides to do the squared off corner, what is it gonna do? It's like, wow. What do you say in PCS world? I'm a dork. All right, let's head over to the mower. Let's see how the course this wheel works with this. All right. So start the engine. All right. Start the mowing. Put the mower down. Okay. Let's see how well this works. See if this works any better with the wheel than the NEXAT did. Whoa. Yeah, it's super weird without the force feedback. It's super touchy. I think it's just like you expect the steering wheel to turn back to center, and it's not at all. And so I kind of have to keep glancing down a little bit to figure out where the wheel is, because it's not self-centering. That's not what I wanted to do. So we've been making lots of money on this playthrough, but not enough to buy the NEXAT outright. It's expensive. Like just the main body of it is like 700 plus K. And then the harvester attachments, another 300. You have to buy the custom headers, which are their own price. So it can get expensive pretty quickly. You mean I don't have access to this land? Since when? I thought I fixed that. Oh well. I must have missed it in a spot. So PCS, I looked up dork, and it means exactly what I thought it meant. It means dork is defined as a slang word for someone who is perceived as socially awkward or foolish. Which is exactly how I was using it. You made me question myself there, buddy. It's not bad. I really want to get the force speed back. Plus the motor. Where's the part where it turns back the wheel? This is really irritating me. I thought it was just a... I can't figure it out. You know, I have heard that other word meaning of it. That's not the way I mean it. That's a UK meaning for that word. I just meant that I was being silly. All right. So I had a little bit of fun playing on the Can You Survive series last week. getting into Hutan Pantai a little bit more. Finally getting into that second farm, which I'd wanted to do for a long time because it's the rice farm. And because I've never done rice in this game. I've never taken the time or energy or whatever to do rice. Wait, what the hell? Never had the desire to. Now, if I remember correctly, the way these fields are broken up is a little weird. Okay. Left a little bit, and then straight. Left a little bit, and then straight. Did I do it right? Yeah, close enough. It's okay, PCS. I don't care. It's all good. I just, with the wheel, it feels so much more natural to, you know, be sitting here, steering with the wheel, first person, feels much more natural. I mean, I guess that's the whole purpose of it, right? It's for a more comfortable, natural feel of playing. I don't even know what the mower's doing behind me. Let me check. I feel like the wheel, with using a wheel, I kind of want that eye tracking thing, but I imagine, I don't know for sure, I imagine, I guess, again, this is non-proven data, but I imagine the wheel tracking thing probably wouldn't work good with my sunglasses that I'm wearing. So, there's that. And of course, we upgraded from our little swather thing to the Batwing because, well, because I upgraded my swather to the big swather. And I still have the small swather, but for this kind of like I'm mowing around a field kind of stuff, the Batwing works much better. Just because it follows the contours of the ground better, whereas the swather doesn't. With no force feedback, I feel like I'm kind of drunk steering. Not smooth at all. What's the camera button? No, not that. There we go. I'm getting the hang of it now. I'm still really liking this map. Though I do have like one thing on my list of stuff to do. Not necessarily for this map. But for this map. It's for this map, but it's not for this map. One of the things I have on my list to do is to update the crop right for our left over there. Because that's the prairie grass crop. And I want to upgrade it to a new version of that crop with the newer textures, because right now it's still an FS22 texture, and it's not bad, it's just not great. I'm missing more than I like with this really crazy driving. Oh, wait. We need to unload. Don't try to move forward. Ah! That's a course play setting. This one. Late, early. Stop while unloading. I always forget to set that setting whenever I get a new machine. You know, this isn't that bad, honestly. It's not that bad. It's different. It'll make smaller straw swaths, so it'll be a little bit easier to pick up the straw. Just because there's more straw swaths, so it won't be like super huge straw swaths like the other harvester was doing for a 15-meter header. I do like the 30,000 liter or 32,000 liter hopper. That's very handy. I'm just barely over the line of what I'm supposed to be able to mow. That's okay. I will buy this land soon enough. That's my plan. I'm going to buy this forest area, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We might do some forestry. Kind of like wanting to do forestry on all my playthroughs, but this forest, like most forests in most of the maps we've been playing, is one of those forests that's like a good 2/3 of the trees that are in that forest are not really that great for forestry. So it's like, okay, well, I have to hunt and try to find a few good trees. Like, what good is that? Now, that seems like a lot of extra work for not really much benefit. Who knows? But welcome in, everybody. Thanks for watching. I see that there's about 12 people watching. Thanks so much for coming along. We're just having some fun on Judith Plains. Playing the way I like to play, where you don't just harvest the fields, you harvest everything. And if you know, you gotta mow the field, the grass around your land, or else it ends up being like, you know, weeds and stuff, and that gets into your cutting. My day's going pretty good, G Meister. Thanks for asking. You know, working. Lots of meetings. Got some big projects that are all due right before Thanksgiving. So everyone is like all hands on deck right now. And I'm helping like 2 or 3 different teams trying to get their jobs done, which is pretty good. It's fun. It keeps me busy. I'm going to circle around before I forget. That big bin on the NEXAT lasts forever. And now one thing we're going to do over here is sometime in the winter, after we harvest this stuff as much as possible for this summertime, in the winter, we're going to take these 2 fields, combine them into one field, and this whole area over here is just going to be prairie grass. And so both of these fields will be prairie grass, and then we'll still grow clover. We're going to grow it on the other side of the road, kind of behind the sawmill. So we get twice as much crop, basically. But while I didn't mind having both of these crops here, I figure, you know, might as well just separate a little and have bigger singular fields to have one crop. Which reminds me, let's look here real quick. Growth. So this is ready. I was checking this field right here. This one, which is the hemp. I don't know how fast the hemp grows. Wasn't sure how close it was to being ready. You need to stay. I set you up to stay. You shouldn't be moving. Don't go anywhere. Now here's the question. While this is unloading, did we actually buy... We didn't. But there should be this. We're going to buy whiskey because we can make rye whiskey and we can make regular whiskey. I'm missing a fill type name. That's fine. But we're going to buy this and dump off all of the rye over here to make whiskey. Or at least that's the plan. There we go. Gotta clean it all up. And then we'll VPW the shit out of all this stuff. Pick it all up at once. It's just too much grass to pick up, like, logically. Be here all day. Yeah, I really need to figure out something better with these pedals. Because the pedals keep sliding all over the ground. And they don't stay still. And it's on a rubber mat to make sure it doesn't move, but it's still moving a lot. It's driving me crazy. I don't understand it. Or not that I understand it. I'm just kind of, like, bummed out by it, honestly. I don't know what to do to make it better. I thought the rubber mat would be enough, but it's like this. It's uncomfortable. So nothing else to do except for these two fields. Animals are all fed. I'm going to have to go in and pick up all this grass. And then I could actually mow on the other side of the highway too. That grass is also ready. Let's get this right there. Press the button. Nope, no, it's the wrong button. Get some straight lines going. There we go. And then we're just going to keep mowing. Keep going through this field. Get through it pretty soon. Looks like the rye is almost done. If we look at our map. Rye is almost done. And then we have lots of corn and barley over here for the other whiskeys. We own all those. Yeah. So we got plenty to do. Plenty to see. And then we're going to have to look into some actually custom productions, actually. The next... Because we have the hemp on here. And with the rye and the barley and stuff... We have, you know, the custom production for those. We have the whiskey. And there is a wine production, but there's no grapes on the map. So I don't know if I'm going to be doing grapes at all. If I do grapes, I'll probably do them in like a greenhouse, just so I can make wine. Like I won't actually make vineyards. I don't think vineyards are right for this map. But some massive greenhouses for grapes, that sounds like a good idea. So if anyone knows of any good greenhouse mods for grapes, let me know. I'm on the hunt. I would like to be able to use some of the custom buildings for productions on this map. Grapes is one of those things. That we will need. I know there's one in 22, but no idea for 25. This Batwing is going to be getting an update soon also. I fixed the... Not really fixed. I'm not going to say fixed. I'm going to say I enhanced the stump cutter option. So the stump cutter and destroyer options on the Batwing are designed for... You know, working alongside forestry and being able to cut down stumps with the Batwing, working in kind of like a mulcher or a forestry mulcher. And so I enhanced it like significantly. So now you could actually use the Batwing to clear forests, right? So if you drive up to a tree, it chops the tree down, only in stump cutter mode. Now it'll still buzz tree stumps and stuff like that in the other modes. But in stump cutter mode, it will actually cut down trees. So it has a slight bit of a cut node on the front, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. It has a pretty cool cut node on the front. which allows you to, especially for the smaller kind of spindly trees, it just knocks them down without having to stop and get out your chainsaw. It just knocks them down. It will cut down bigger trees too, but the assumption is that you're not going to try to run into trees. Now, you can still kind of do a loop-de-loo around a tree, even in brush hog mode, which also activates the stump cutter, and it won't take down the tree. It's only when you're in stump cutter mode that it actually basically enables the extra cut nodes on the front. And I've been using it on a forestry playthrough that I was doing for myself. And it's really handy. You kind of run over the forest once with the stump cutter mode on, and then you turn it on to the either destroyer or mulcher mode, and then it'll mulch everything that's left, leaving you with a pretty clean surface with no bushes and no undergrowth, and everything's cut, which is really handy. I personally like it, and it does continue on the theme of this being kind of a do everything kind of vehicle. And that's going to be the major update that comes out for it. Unless somebody comes out with any other ideas. Now I was talking at some point about adding a tedder mode. Yeah, it's actually perfect for that's the only tree I tested it on, actually. It's perfect for those. There was some talk about doing a conditioner mode where it would actually condition and cut. But because the Batwing is all platforms, that's not possible. Due to a limitation with how Giants does things. The only way to do the tedder mode is to either have an additional tedding piece on the back, or conceptually it's possible, but it would be only for PC. So I may release a PC only version of it once it gets accepted by ModHub. And I might actually release it on ModHub just to see how that goes, with the conditioner mode turned on. We'll see if people really enjoy that. I don't know if Giants is going to let me release basically two different versions of the same mod without renaming it. I'll have to talk to them about that. Just because I don't know if that kind of fits with their ModHub policies. I think it'd actually have to be 2 entries in the store, and I don't want to lose the download count, really. So I might just do the PC only version on my Discord. So if you want the PC only version eventually, please let me know. The new version, the potentially next release version of this, I will put up on Discord for everyone to test between now and then, because, you know, it might be a little while before I get it submitted to ModHub just because of other priorities right now at work. I just don't have any extra time. That was actually one consideration, but if you look at it, like, there's nowhere to put a 3-point hitch. Like, you could kind of put a 3-point hitch on the back for that, like, on where those wheel chocks are, but that would require modeling. So I don't know, maybe. I have thought about putting a pin hitch on the back. One way I used to really like doing tedding, and I haven't seen it yet for 25, was the GS6U or something like that. I forget what it's called. Oops, wrong one. The GS6U, which was like a pack that had a tedder and a windrower, and the tedder and the windrower were like both pin hitch. And so I used to run the Batwing, which was the precursor to this, I guess, which were giving me the ideas for all this. I used to run the Batwing with that tedder attached to the back, or that or the windrower attached to the back. Blender allergy. It's not a blend. I mean, yeah, it is. I'm sort of allergic to Blender, but mainly because I can't wrap my head around how it's supposed to work. Oops. Wrong button. I'll get there eventually. But yeah, so I might add a pin hitch to this one, and just say that I added a pin hitch, and we'll figure out the rest later. Maybe if I can come up with something really simple, I might add a pin hitch tedder with it. Like, it would be super cool to include that with the mod as like an add-on that you can attach to the back. But I would have to actually model something, and that's, you know, that would cause a severe breakout, I think, for my Blender allergy. So I don't know if that's possible. You know, that's asking a lot. But that would be pretty cool, right? And if I don't include it with it, I'll probably just release it as a separate mod. Because one of my favorite types of tedders is a tedder that takes a windrow and just teds a windrow and then drops a windrow. That's my favorite type of tedder. I like to be able to not ted a whole field, but to ted a windrow. And there was one in 22 that was like, I had it on every single save, which was the Elho tedder. I forget what like model number it was or whatever, but it was the Elho tedder. But that one was a 3-point. And I think I want to do something that's not a 3-point. I want to do something that looks like a wheel rake. I think. And the size of it would literally just be 4 wheels. Be super small. Oh, I just noticed we need to be unloaded. Are we unloaded because we're done? We only have like two rows left, 2 passes left. We're almost done. You're not supposed to drive, and you're supposed to stop while unloading. Stop while unloading. No, stop. Do I have to block you? I'm gonna have to block him. What a jerk. Can't believe he was still trying to go. Alright, that should be enough. That should be enough out of his way. I'm just gonna go where he just was. Like a windrow tedder wing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll shape it like an actual like the Batman symbol. See if Giants notices. But I was thinking just something simple, pin hitch, but gravity driven, or like just, it's like a wheel driven rake that's driven by movement. So the wheels only turn when you're moving. Which to me seems logical for this situation. Ah. I think we're done with the nice lines now. And then, of course, the other 9 mods that I'm working on. Yeah, exactly. If the decal's small enough, they'll never notice. That's not the button I wanted. Which button is it? I hit one of the buttons and it disconnected. Oh, it's that one. Okay. Oh, that one's fold. I have no idea what my configuration for my buttons are. Totally forgot. Can I fit underneath this bridge? Maybe if I drive in the river? Let's find out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit. I might be able to fit. Let me see if I can drive in the river and fit underneath the bridge. All right, we're gonna leave that there for a minute, and jump over to this guy, and we're done with the rye. Now, we don't own the NEXAT yet, so we're just leasing it. I gotta come up with like $1.3 million to actually own it. So hopefully before the barley and the corn are ready, we'll get enough money to actually own the NEXAT. Is that empty? No, it's not empty. Too many vehicles. Whoa. What is that thing doing? Was that the fold up mode? Oh, that's cool. That's actually not bad for driving on the road. That's pretty cool. All right, let's take our back road and go up to the distillery and drop off the rye. This is my back road. This all here is going to be a field of clover soon enough. This is the first time I've ever driven this truck in cab. It's pretty good. Now the question is, where's the distillery? I actually don't even know. I think it's right up there. Here it is, Jack Daniel's Distillery. Now, I don't actually know how this distillery works, so I'm gonna have to go look. Where's the trigger? I think that's where the pallets spawn out. Dude, fix your car. Your car is parked way too close. I bet I dump right there. Oh, I went in the wrong way. That's okay. Buy it. Yes. There's our first major production. I just did. I hit that button. There we go. All right. Well, that was easy enough. Why are you slowing down? That was awesome. I think that's the first time I've ever crashed into the back end of another vehicle in cab. Oh, you're gonna pass the school bus on the downhill? Okay, I'm going with you. I'll pass you on the downhill too. So these are all our fields off to our left and on to our right. We own both of those fields. They look really good. I don't see any weeds or anything. They look pretty good. And then the one to our left here is a cornfield. That's also ours. The ones to our right we own. A couple of them still had tram lines in them because of the game. Because the game planted them. I didn't plant them. But for the most part, these are all our fields. Which is pretty cool to see. I feel so much more confidence driving at 120 miles an hour with the steering wheel. Come on. Still bummed I can't use the steering wheel for roadcraft, but you know, can't have everything, I guess. I need to turn down the sound of this one. It's too loud. driving driving an articulated tractor with a steering wheel is with this, yeah, is interesting. I'm not sure if it's in a good way or not. You know, all in all, it didn't miss much. It got most of the field. Let's speed this up. Let's in-cab look on this thing. That's... What are those things moving on the inside? That looks super weird. That can't be legit. That's a bug. Well, the thing is that it's not that it doesn't support steering wheel. Roadcraft does support steering wheels. It just doesn't support my steering wheel. Now, to be fair, I have a non-standard steering wheel. Like, it's not, you know, an everyday brand. It's a definite racing simulation brand. It's just not a, like a mom and pop buy it at Best Buy kind of brand. But I wouldn't have gotten this awesome trucking wheel, which is huge. I love it. Makes me, it reminds me when I used to drive a school bus. I wouldn't have been able to get this huge wheel if I wasn't using this brand, so. Whoop. 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 We should be able to finish picking up this straw. And then I'm going to have to head out because we're at time. I feel like I missed part of the stream because we were futzing with the wheel. Trying to get the wheel to work. But at the same time, I am happy that I used it. It's been a while since I took the wheel out and got the time to be doing it. Yeah, it should be supporting direct drive wheels, but it doesn't. But Roadcraft also has a big problem with multiple inputs. And so it depends on your system, but my system, the wheel is one controller essentially, and the pedals are another. It's registered as a, the game sees it as a second controller, right? And because it sees it as a second controller, it freaks out because it's like, oh my god, you have two controllers, I don't know what to do. And it's just like, you know, the same thing with, in a lot of people, a lot of the forestry nerds are also bummed about Roadcraft because now if I'm in this mode, can I change the driving mode? Crop sensor. I didn't turn on the crop sensor. I should have done that. Ooh, I can't change what kind of, which, like, the wheel steering mode. Huh. Oops. Anyways, I'll figure it out later. No big deal. But that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm going to finish cleaning up this straw. You don't need to watch me do this. Not that fun. But that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks everyone for coming along. I will definitely try to get the wheel working better for next time, so that I can use the wheel more often, and maybe figure out how to get my old settings back. Who knows? But until next time, a special thank you to all my AI members for keeping this channel alive. You mean the world to me, and I'm humbled by all of your support. If you'd like to join that group, hit the subscribe button down below for sure. But you can always hit the join button and join. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it helps keep this channel going. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.